By law, they have to tell you in their disclosure they're taking money and they're getting a kickback. What's revenue sharing? Has anyone ever heard of revenue sharing? It's an organized kickback. They're not recommending the best investment for you. They're recommending ones that pay them a kickback to push their mutual funds. And I have a bunch of disclosures up here. I have a bunch more in our office. And I didn't print I printed this stuff, I didn't write any of it. This is from the particular company's websites because it's by law, they have to tell you in their disclosure they're taking money and they're getting a kickback. But it's hard to find on their website. It's also cumbersome, but if you come in the office, I'll show you whatever company you're with, what they're getting and how it works. This one's from Merrill Lynch. Here's what it says, and this is their disclosure. Merrill Lynch makes available to its clients shares of those mutual funds whose affiliates have entered into contractual arrangements with Merrill Lynch that generally include the payment of one or more of the following fees described below. Funds that do not enter into these arrangements with Merrill Lynch are generally not offered to the clients. Now, does that sound like a good deal for you as the investor or Merrill Lynch, the company? Here's one, I'm not going to read all these. Here's one from Wells Fargo. It says this additional cash compensation may influence the selection of mutual funds that Wells Fargo advisors and its associates make available for recommendation. Wells Fargo Advisors reserves the right to restrict the mutual fund companies that we offer to clients based on the payment of additional cash compensation. I could go through all these, say basically the same thing. Here's one from LPL Financial. Here's one from RBC. Everybody's heard of Raymond James. It lists every single company that gives them kickbacks so they can pay $32 million to name that stadium that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers play in. Here's one from Morgan Stanley. When we have people come in, and some people have never heard this before, they don't realize that their advisor is actually recommending products that are not best for them, it's best for the advisor and the company. They go, I don't believe you, I'm going to go ask my guy. And they always come back with two answers. First thing they come back with is they say, yeah, I asked my advisor, he said it's no big deal, everybody does it. Well, we don't do it, and even if everybody else is doing it, does that mean it's a good deal for you as the investor? Number one, it costs you money on your returns. Number two, it's a conflict of interest. So now one of the persons that you're dealing with that you need to trust has a conflict of interest dilemma of what they're recommending. When someone comes in from Edward Jones, every time I know they have American funds in their portfolio. And on their disclosure, they show how much money they give back to Edward Jones for recommending those products. And in 2019, American funds gave $92.8 million to Edward Jones in a kickback to recommend their products. Okay? The second answer I always get is, yeah, everybody does it, but the other answer is, it's really not that much money. $92 million from one company. In this same disclosure, they disclosed that Edward Jones received revenue sharing payments of approximately $228 million in 2019. During that same time, their net profit was $1 billion. 20% of their net profit is coming from kickbacks, and most of the people that are paying them don't even realize they're giving them away. Here's why. Here's one from Ameriprise. I printed it out. It's 91 pages long. Do you think they're going to put it on the first or second page that they're ripping you off? Does anyone think they're going to put it up in bold on the top? Nope. You got to go 65 pages into the disclosure to get to where they talk about revenue sharing and kickbacks and conflicts of interest from their mutual funds. You make an appointment. I have 20 more of these in the office. And I'll show you what your particular company's disclosure says. We'll print it right off or we'll show you on the website. Does anyone want to know what ours says? Okay? I'm going to read it to you. We do not accept 12B1 fees or other service-related fees or revenue-sharing payments from the mutual fund companies or funds utilized in our advisory service. If you work with us, any recommendations that we make, it's because it's the best product with the best return, with the minimum amount of risk for your particular goals. We're as transparent as possible. We make a fee based on the assets and how we invest it. We don't take any kickbacks. We don't have any agenda. We don't have any conflicts of interest. We don't do what the rest of them do. We tell people what our net, I'll show you, you come in the office, I'll show you exactly how I invest my money. Might not be appropriate for you and your goals, but I'll show you still the way we do it. If you have the same risk tolerance as me and the same goals, we might invest some of our assets the exact same way. So we try to be as transparent as possible, and we don't want to have a conflict of interest or some kickback situation, so you know if we recommend something, it's best for you. Thank you.